school education. So I just thank you everybody. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Dr. Dulal Mukhopadhyay, former Professor, Department of Education, Kalyani University and School of Education, Netaji Subhash Open University, for keynote address. Professor Mukhopadhyay has more than 50 publications in national and international reputed journals, editing books, and regularly attends the many national and international seminars and conferences to present his ideas and works. He is ardently fascinated in various fields of social science research and exchange of ideas. He has published national and international so many reference books as well as edited books which are very important for the students who are devoted in education subject. He is also members in editorial board of various journals and also lifetime members of various academic organizations. Sir, kindly share your screen.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you all. Respected Principal Madam, organizers, Chief Patron, HOD Education, speakers, guests, dignitaries, and participants. I'm feeling happy and privileged that the organizers have asked me to deliver the keynote address of the webinar. The topic for the webinar has been rightly mm, chosen considering the time and political condition of the country. On the one hand, the discussion is on the elementary education, and on the other hand, it is about the elementary school students of the Indo-Bangla border areas of India. Educational scenario of border areas all over India is different from other areas of India. It is very critical if we consider the educational scenario of border areas of West Bengal for several reasons. Perhaps these will be discussed in the webinar. Since independence, Government of India, individual state governments, and different NGOs are trying to implement several initiatives for elementary education for rural and urban India. Today, net enrollment rate in elementary education is more or less 90%. But all will agree that elementary education, school children are not going to school regularly and they are not learning sufficiently in the schools. Many studies have been made on the quality of education and minimum level of learning. All the results had given almost same results, that the quality of learning level is pathetically low. Education is regarded as a light which paves the way of brightness to human life. It is the apprenticeship for the life. It helps in the all-round development of all of its children, personality, and inclusion of healthy attitudes and good values. Thus, the aim of education is to bring desirable changes in the behavior of the learners. Hence, every society endeavors to make its citizens educated in the best possible manner. All over the world, education is regarded as potential investment for the future. According to J.P. Naik, the progress of primary education is an index of the general social and economic development of the country as a whole. Thus, elementary education deserves the highest priority not only on the social justice but also for raising the competence of the average works and initializing national productivity. Nowadays, the world has become ever more complex from economic, social, and political context, and formalization of education through schools have become a ubiquitous phenomena. Different components and progress that have been co- that have been constituted rural education infrastructure are evaluated for their relative importance in the delivery of effective learning. Educational infrastructure broadly includes teachers, teacher guide to curriculum, and syllabus school building, including water facilities, etc. Thus, it reveals that there are various problems of elementary education in rural and Indo-Bangla border areas of West Bengal, and there is no light of improvement. Now coming to Indo-Bangla border, India shares 4,096.7 kilometer of its land border with Bangladesh, and West Bengal, Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, and Mizoram are the states which share the border with Bangladesh. The entire stretch consists of plain, ravine, hilly, jungle, and with hardly any natural obstacles. The area is densely populated and many stretches the cultivation is carried out till the last inch of the border. Border was drawn by the Bengal Border Commission chaired by Sir Cyril Ratcliffe. The border was thus drawn on the basis of old district maps. This made the boundary random instead of following natural barriers. It meanders through villages, agricultural lands, and rivers, rendering the border extremely porous with many disputed pockets, undemarcated sketches, existence of enclaves that is known as cheat malls, and adverse possessions had been causing constant friction between the border guarding forces of India and Bangladesh. As the entire sketch is strictly populated, there are several problems in different areas: economic, political, societal, cross-border migration, education, and many more. The border was thus drawn on the basis of old district maps. This made the boundary random instead of following natural barriers. It means through villages, agricultural lands, etc., which I have discussed already. In 1974, barely 3 years after liberation of Bangladesh, that the Indira Mujib Agreement laid down the methods for demarcating various disputed stretches of the India-Bangladesh boundary. This also called Land Boundary Agreement, and India and Bangladesh, both the countries, committed to exchange the enclaves and cede the adverse possessions. There are 111 Indian enclaves in Bangladesh and 51 enclaves of Bangladesh in India, and did not have access to these enclaves in Bangladesh, and hence no administrative setup to provide facilities like police stations, courts, schools, roads, hospitals, banks, markets, etc., to their residents would be established there. It was only in 2014 that a bill ratifying Indira Mujib or Land Boundary Agreement was passed in Indian Parliament. In elementary education, problems are many and varied, and it is problematic too. The most crucial problems are teachers' accountability, teachers' appointment and transfer, teaching and training, school inspection, midday meal, uh, para and part-time teachers, poor coordination between DPSC and DPO, poor functioning of management committees, awareness of administration about governance, and legal matters, language and communication problems. Though these are general problems, but they are very critical for the border areas of West Bengal. Some other problems of Indo-Bangla areas are wastage and stagnation, literacy rate, finance, problem of supervision, education of girls, improvement of quality, provision of schools, accommodation, lack of infrastructural facilities, parental education, poor economic condition of the students, etc. In Indo-Bangla border areas, the above problems are critical issues and need immediate solution. For example, teachers' accountability is essential to ensure that a teacher regularly spends 5 hours in the school in every working day. A teacher should also take classes as per schedule. Sometimes teachers take leave for a long time without leave petition. Many teachers come from other areas or from cities are attending school late and in a hurry to leave the school as early as possible. Another important is teacher appointment and transfer. In border areas, there are many schools with one or two teachers where the student enrollment demands appointment of more teachers. Concept of sanctioned post per school does not exist for the primary schools. The present practice of teacher transfer, which does not follow the rule, is to be curbed. Another instance of irregularity is the service drafting transfer. Such temporary arrangement is renewed year after year to bypass the existing rules and thereby making a quasi permanent. It has been seen that most of the teachers are not interested to work in rural areas. It may be due to communication problem, low standard of living of the rural people, lack of other facilities needed for providing quality education. As a result, the teachers are always in search of opportunity of transfer. Midday meal administration, there has been a general consensus that midday meal scheme has achieved to be a very large extent two major objectives: improved attendance in the school and then removal of the caste or religion barrier among the students and the community. This is particularly important in the border areas of West Bengal because here the population is multi-religious in nature. In many areas, this program is not running well due to different inherent problems. Lack of infrastructural facilities and other important areas. There are a number of schools in the border areas of Indo-Bangla border where the school could not provide sitting arrangement facilities to the students. The government might have given building, but there is no proper implementation. Considerable importance has been given to primary education in the Indo-Bangladesh border areas. There is still a lot to be achieved in terms of universal and quality education, in terms of physical facilities as well as pedagogical processes to all children within 5 to 9 years age group for quality schooling. Effort towards improving access and quality are being made by the successive governments, but there are still a large amount of rural caste-based disparities in the border areas. A significant proportion of the children are still out of school, and even those children who are in school, the quality of education received needs to be improved. This is true especially for the poor, marginalized, and deprived section of the border area children. And also the children of sex workers who are deprived of several opportunities in life in these areas, because there are some areas where those people live. A systematized and well-mentioned, well-monitored system of implementation, proper allocation of finances and accountability of the government towards the students, the parents, and the communities are required in order to ensure several universal access, quality, and retention within elementary education. Thank you all.